What's up, my startup friends? Today I want to talk about the fact that entrepreneurs and investors are freaking out about the financial crisis. And I wanted to start off by saying, did you know that some of the biggest companies like Uber, Airbnb, Stripe, and Groupon were all born within this financial crisis? So although it's a perfect time to start a new business, for existing entrepreneurs, you have to figure out how to weather the storm. And so in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some startup tips on surviving the recession. And I'll also be giving you some advice from some of the top CEOs who went through this exact struggle. Let's go. Okay, so welcome back everyone to the Startup Studio. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Christian Peverelli. I'm the co-founder of WeAreNoCode, and we're here to teach non-technical entrepreneurs how to build their businesses leveraging these powerful tools called no-code. And so subscribe to the channel if you want to save time and money on your startup journey. Okay, so to get started, when we find ourselves in moments of distress, we need to take a little pause and reevaluate the current situation. And the first step in this entire process is to figure out whether you are default alive or default dead. Christian, what the heck are you talking about when you talk about default alive and default dead? So this is one of the concepts from Paul Graham, the founder of Y Combinator. And it's basically to determine if your current expenses stay the same and you stay on the same growth route, and assuming you don't get any additional funding or you don't get additional money into the company, is your company going to run out of cash or is it going to become profitable before it runs out of cash? So that's the very first question that you should ask yourself. And for many startups where you're not generating revenue at the very beginning, you're usually default dead. Whereas companies that are revenue generating, as long as you're covering all of your expenses, then it means that you're a profitable company, right? Because if you have more revenue than expenses, then you're profitable. So that's a pretty easy way to figure it out. This distinction for him is very important because if a company is default alive, then we can start talking about ambitious plans for the future, growth, etc., even during a recession. If the company is default dead, then we need to figure out how this company is going to weather the storm and how we can actually make it survive. And I wanted to make this distinction early on just so you know what category you're in. But the advice we're going to give is useful for both. Okay, so the first tip I have for you to survive a recession is to start monetizing if you haven't yet. So if you've mainly been focused on getting users, on getting them to use your product, and you haven't yet prioritized the monetization side of things, then this is going to be the time where you are under extreme pressure to find a way to monetize it. Now, the main reason for that is because revenue will solve everything during these difficult times where you might find yourself with more expenses than revenue. But if you're not yet generating revenue, which is actually a choice that some early stage startups make so that they can grow the market as much as possible, then you absolutely need to make it a priority now. And so we want to figure out how we can be less dependent on outside sources of money. The second tip is to recalculate your expenses and change your prioritization of investments. So at any given time, you're making the choice to invest time and money into different tasks, into different maybe features, into maybe growth. And at this point, you're going to have to completely reevaluate your entire cost structure because we want to be able to survive a longer amount of time in the market with as few resources as possible because we do not know when this recession is going to end. Jeff Lawson, who's the CEO and founder at Twilio, which is a huge unicorn success story in Silicon Valley, talks about in 2008 when he was basically super excited. They had built a prototype, they were getting really good early signs, and they were in the middle of closing a fundraising round. And that was the night before Lehman Brothers took place. Long story short, this meeting turns into what should have been a huge success story into a, sorry guys, we will not be investing in the near future anymore. And as you can imagine, this was totally devastating to Jeff, and he had to figure out how to make his company Twilio survive. His advice was to both prioritize the fundamentals and to focus on driving extreme value for the end customer. And through that really rocky period at Twilio, they almost went out of business, but today they are a $1 billion unicorn. Number 3, grow your recurring revenue if you can. So this is advice for people who are already generating revenue. So when we're entering a recession, we want to start making a lot of the actions that we make internally focus on recurring revenue, getting more revenue that happens and falls in your bank account every month. So revenue is just sales, but recurring revenue is a subscription. And if you're pushed to the extreme where you're not making enough revenue, then you might want to consider moving up market. So potentially serving customers that are a little bit more hands-on, but that generate revenue. Anything so that you can hit the financial targets and pay your expenses at least. I could have probably just broken that down to cash is king. Another quote from Toby Lutke, who's the founder of Shopify, which is a highly successful online store builder, is that they really honed in on the business proposition that they had for their customers and to increase the perceived value of customers as a way to grow their revenue. So as you can see, there's now 2 CEOs that are saying that being really close to understanding the value that you deliver to a customer and hyper-focusing on delivering the maximum amount of value is actually a strategy to get more revenue. So probably worth thinking about twice. Tip number 4, stay persistent. If you are onto something and you know that your customers are loving it, don't give up so easily. On a panel that was run by Bessemer Ventures, where they talked to some of the top talents in the industry. By the way, Bessemer Venture, they managed $19 billion in investment portfolio. Persistence was by far the #1 factor that all of these entrepreneurs who had been able to get through and thrive through a crisis were mentioning. Don't get discouraged by setbacks. If you see that there's potential, keep digging, keep working, and try to get as quickly as possible to default alive. In fact, the CEO of Pinterest even talks about this in a direct quote where he says, "We had early signals from customers that they loved Pinterest, and just honing in on that has served us very well." So sometimes honing in on the positives of your startup can help you have the persistence required to get through one of these storms. Now, the 5th tip is the most important, is to take mental, physical, and emotional health seriously. So many founders go through difficult times emotionally when their startup is going through bad times as well. And so of course it's important to figure out how to make this company work, but remember that nothing works unless you work. So if you are not working, literally, mentally, physically, and emotionally, then it's gonna be a lot more difficult for your startup to move forward and to thrive. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. We also have a free course for non-technical entrepreneurs below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.